What do you want? Seriously, ask yourself, what do I want out of my life? What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do every single day to work towards X, Y, Z objective? Too often, I catch myself and others drifting aimlessly in the wind, like a sailboat with no direction. And just recently, the Lord has been revealing to me how dangerous it is to be in this position. There's a great quote, and it's not biblical, but it does make a lot of sense. And it's, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. And that portrays a powerful message, that if we are not intentional with what we're doing, we may end up somewhere where we don't intend to be. All the time we see people loving to dance around their intentions. A lot of the time this is an unchecked and unacknowledged fear of failure. It's an unchecked fear of judgment, fear of rejection, and we're not even saying, I'm afraid to fail here. I'm afraid of being rejected here. You're simply letting it control you without acknowledging its presence. You're letting these fears be hidden from you. And as we all know as Christians, every battle you fight is in some semblance spiritual, if not fully spiritual. The enemy is hiding behind fear and is trying to remain unchecked so that you continue to be controlled. And there is real danger to ignoring what holds you back. But more specifically, the way that you get rid of them is acknowledging what you actually want and what's holding you back from these things. And I'm talking from a biblical context as a Christian. What do you want? Now, our purpose on earth is to love people, to serve people, and to bring people to God and glorify God in the process. That's our purpose. But our calling is how we fulfill said purpose. What talents, abilities, and motivations has God given you in order to accomplish the purpose that He's placed you on earth for? A lot of the times we wake up, we start scrolling, we go to work, we get home, we kind of just want to relax, and nothing we do is intentionally working towards the next step. I bring it back. It's a fear of failure, a fear of judgment, a fear of rejection. Why are we not taking the next step? It's because if we're caught trying too hard and we fail, it's horrible. But I tell you that it is far worse to ignore the reality that you need to be intentional if you want to move forward. So I want to pull the veil back for you. If there's fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of rejection, you need to acknowledge that they're there and plow through anyways, and I'm going to explain to you why. Colossians chapter 3 verses 23 and 24 say, "Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ." So in other words, it's not the result. See, nothing we can accomplish in this life can earn us salvation. All we can do is serve God because we are grateful for His sacrifice. So that being said, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, that should not exist, because as long as we serve God, that is good enough. If we're serving God out of the right place in our hearts, we don't need to worry about the end result. A famous example is Matthew 6:33. "Seek first the kingdom and its righteousness, and the rest shall be added onto you." Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." We put these three verses together, and we get something that's incredibly revealing. That if we dedicate what we do to the Lord intentionally, in every moment of every day, we say, what do I intend to do right now? How do I intend to serve the Lord? And don't be embarrassed about your intentions, no matter what it is. Going for this job, pursuing this opportunity, pursuing this relationship with this person, whatever it is. Be unashamed of your intentions and pursue them as you're pursuing the Lord. Because when we do things for the Lord, when we seek first the kingdom and its righteousness, God promises that the other things will be added to us. And if I can be a bit more pragmatic about it, if you're not doing things intentionally with a certain intention in mind, you are simply drifting in the wind aimlessly, and you don't know where you're going to end up. So figure out a goal, and when you wake up, you say, what are my intentions today? What do I intend to do? What do I want to do today? Really ask yourself, what do I want? What do I intend? And don't be ashamed of those things, because if they're aligned with God, He will add onto you. Chase after those things and serve God. Most people love to dance around their intentions, especially when it comes to dating and relationships and pursuing their long-term goals. Why? Because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of being embarrassed that it didn't work out. And there's a culture online today that is literally foundationally built on making fun of people who try. That is the sad reality. People love making fun of other people who try. It's simply, and it's a cliche answer, but it is simply because these people who are making fun of others are simply too afraid to try themselves, because then they'll be a hypocrite if they make fun of others and they try it and fail. So they're never gonna try in the first place. There's a reason I'm talking to you right now on YouTube, even though my channel is small. First, everyone starts small. Second, I intend to have the word of God reach as many young people as I can. That's my intention. And so I'm pursuing it, and I'm pursuing God's kingdom. And I trust that this will reach the right ears. Even if it's just one person, it will reach the right ears, and the mission is accomplished. I'm not afraid of the consequences. I'm not afraid of backlash. I'm not afraid of people making fun of me saying, oh, you worship a fictional book. You have confidence that Jesus was telling the truth. You have confidence that Jesus has changed your life, as I do. Then you will intentionally pursue God every day. But make sure your intentions are clear. And I'll leave you with this. If you have a situation where you have things that you desire, you have things that you intend to make happen, do not dodge or avoid those intentions if they line up with the Lord. See, our fleshly intentions can get in the way of true, meaningful, godly, spiritual intentions. So don't let your flesh dictate what you want. Instead, run it through the Spirit. Pray for God to change your heart. Give him permission to change your desires. And soon enough, you will see that your spirit desires people to be closer to God, desires to love people. And that's the most important thing that we can do as Christians, is to bring people to God. So, when you are in a situation, right, and you desire this relationship, this person, or you desire this form of ministry, and you really want to chase after it, that's a sign that your intentions are pure, your intentions are honest, and you should go after it without fear of failure or rejection. But in every situation, intentionally do what you've been called to do by the Lord. Do it mindfully, stay in the moment, don't let yourself go on autopilot and start drifting. Whatever moment you're in, ask yourself, what are my intentions right now? And am I actively pursuing those intentions? It's time to wake up out of autopilot mode, people. The world's falling apart. People need Jesus more than they ever have before. And we are the answers. The people who have found Christ, we need to be revealing it to other people. We need to be praying for other people intentionally. This is what I do. I write down all my prayer intentions in a book. I write down who I want to become in a book, and I say, God, I give you permission. Make me like this page, Lord. Make me like who I want to be. And if there's something wrong, if there's something not on my path, then you have permission to not make that part of me. I give God full control. I surrender. Ask yourself, what do I intend? Write those intentions down. Act those intentions out. Align yourself with those intentions and don't forget them, and don't go on autopilot mode. Wake up, people. It's our time to move. It's Jesus' time to move in Gen Z. People are pursuing the truth. People are pursuing meaning. People are pursuing the right path more than they ever have before, because we're actively watching the world fall apart in front of us. It's all temporary. Let's bring people along for the ride. Do what you intend. Become what you intend. Most importantly, pursue what God intends for us intentionally. Thanks for watching. Follow the call to Christ. Defend the faith. And God bless you.